In this video, I will cover the anatomy of the digestive system. The digestive system consists of a long muscular tube called the alimentary canal and some accessory structures. The alimentary canal begins at the mouth and ends at the anus. Mechanical digestion is the chewing and mixing of food, and chemical digestion is the breakdown of food by enzymes. Digestion begins in the mouth with chewing and the secretion of enzymes from the salivary glands. There are three pair of salivary glands which include the parotid, sublingual, and submandibular glands. Food is chewed and formed into a bolus, which is pushed to the back of the mouth and activates the swallowing reflex by the muscles of the pharynx. These muscles contract and push the bolus to the esophagus. The epiglottis of the larynx closes to allow the bolus to move directly into the esophagus. The esophagus consists of smooth muscle, which produces a wave-like contraction called peristalsis, which moves the bolus to the stomach. At the base of the esophagus is the lower esophageal sphincter, or cardiac sphincter, which opens to allow the bolus to pass into the first part of the stomach, called the cardiac region. Improper closing of the sphincter can cause gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD. The stomach consists of several regions which include the cardiac, fundus, body, and pylorus regions. The outer layer of the stomach is called the serous layer or serosa. There are three layers of smooth muscle to allow the stomach to contract and mix the food. The stomach contains two curvatures, the greater and lesser curvature. A tissue structure called the greater omentum attaches to the greater curvature. The inner layer of the stomach consists of folds called rugae. There are 5 types of stomach cells, which include G cells secreting gastrin, D cells secreting somatostatin, EC cells that secrete serotonin, EC-like cells that secrete histamine, and XA cells which secrete ghrelin. Food enters the stomach and mixes with gastric secretions to form a pasty substance called chyme. Chyme leaves the stomach by way of the pyloric sphincter and enters the first part of the small intestine called the duodenum. The duodenum is close to the pancreas and is connected to the pancreas and gallbladder by a series of ducts. These include the common bile duct and pancreatic duct. Both ducts merge at the hepatopancreatic ampulla and sphincter in the duodenum. The liver produces bile that is transported to the gallbladder by way of the hepatic duct. Substances move from the duodenum to the rest of the small intestine, which consists of the jejunum and ileum. The small intestine has some special structures that help to increase the surface area for absorption. These include circular folds called plica circularis, and tiny projections called villi, forming a brush border. The majority of absorption occurs in the small intestine. The small intestine connects to the large intestine at the cecum via the ileocecal valve. The appendix extends off the cecum and functions as a reservoir for friendly bacteria. The colon consists of the ascending, transverse, descending, and sigmoid colons. There are large pouch-like structures called haustra and a long smooth muscle band called the tinea coli. The colon ends at the rectum and anus. I sincerely hope you have learned about digestive system anatomy. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.